about crime and the destruction of the neighborhood. And here's what people are trying to do to solve the problem. And aren't these brave people, the women, so forth, but they are not the dominant fixtures. And what they're doing is not the dominant activity. It's what the men are doing. He's simply saying, he goes on, and I'll conclude this, I'll finish it when we get back to the break, but he goes on to point out that this natural masculinity and aggressiveness has to be channeled into productive uses, and that it's women who do that. And that bugs feminists too. But it's, I don't even think it's arguable, but it's fun to argue with people who don't agree with it. We'll be back in just a minute.
You're listening to the EIB Network on 77 WABC.
Everywhere I go, people are constantly offering me Snapple. Rush, have a Snapple. Here, have a Snapple. I was in San Francisco, of course, not long ago, and they had Snapple. Made a special trip to go out and get Snapple for me because they know I am so closely tied to Snapple. Snapple is indeed the official beverage of the Excellence in Broadcasting Network. A bunch of different flavors of Snapple, and the product line's expanding all the time. Little company in the Northeast that in the past 3 years has rolled out nationally and has taken over the beverage market. Snapple is all natural. It's made from the best stuff on earth, and if you're tired of colas, and if you're tired of lemon and lime, and if you would like iced tea, you know, a bunch of great flavors like raspberry or mint or lemon flavored, both sweetened and unsweetened, or with NutraSweet, it's available. And this stuff is so good, it is so popular, that the major beverage manufacturers are coming out with competing brands, but don't buy them, buy Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth.
Dear Hooked on Phonics, I cannot begin to tell you what your program has done for my son. I am shocked at the change in him since we got Hooked on Phonics. He used to cry when I wanted him to study. Now, he wants to stay up past his bedtime just to read.
To a point where if an idea seems to work, then I'm no longer that impressed by it and move on to another idea. A major criticism of my work has been that it's not artistically consistent. Well, now you know why.
Now, Haynes. I even got free decorating invite.
Again, let me say,
First Vice President.
Savings of up to 50% off everything in the store. Absolutely nothing at regular price.
Alderman Carson says, well, that comment just says that men are dogs. That's right. That's exactly what the feminists think. So you feminists ought to agree with it. Now let me conclude. This is profound stuff. I'm telling you, folks, it's profound stuff. And if you actually love to think, remember what I've always said about thinking, it's tough, it isn't easy. If you like to think about things, and if you want to be right, as you think about solutions to societal problems, you've got to consider this. I know it's arguable, but I think it is profound. Listen to this. Man's very link to the future of the human race passes through the womb of a woman. Now that's beautiful. That's romantic. It's beautiful. It's societally correct. It's profound. It's divinely inspired, folks. What lends meaning to man's sexuality is the woman's willingness to identify specific children as his. And the problem with sexual breakdown is that those links of men to children, and thus to the biological future of the race, are broken. And he's left to fulfill his manhood through violence, which is the other great male force. Now, to show you why I agree with this, can I take you back to the LA riots and remind you of something that I said Jesse Jackson ought to be doing? Instead of running around saying, don't call them thugs and hooligans, I said on this show, Reverend Jackson, why don't you go marching down the streets of